Woo! Amy, are you there?
Sean, how are you doing?
Good. Let me turn this off and mute it.
I think Sean's rocking out.
I am. We have a ton of people on. I'm super excited for this webinar. And just real quick, can we get a sound and visual check? Make sure you guys can see the screen. You should be looking at a screen that says, share this webinar with your friends, bit.ly/Amy webinar. And that would be awesome if you guys would do that. We are almost at full capacity, so if you want to share this with some friends, you can go ahead and do that and they can get in. And the latecomers will probably end up being locked out. So it's a good thing you made it on. Congrats on being an action taker and getting here early. We've got a kick butt webinar planned for you today. And there's been a lot of changes to Facebook in the last few months. And I just looked at the comments. I don't know if you can see that, Amy, but it looks like a lot of people are tweeting this out, sharing it on Facebook. So that is very good. It sounds like I'm talking a little low, so I'm trying to speak up. Does that help for those of you guys that said my volume is low? If I start yelling, okay, cool. And sound is low. Okay. And Amy, you want to do a sound check real quick and just make sure you sound okay?
Check, check, check. Can everybody hear me okay?
And it says perfect, sound good. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. All right. So we are super excited about this webinar. Without any further ado, I really appreciate you guys showing up. We invited our audience. Amy invited her audience, and together this is going to be a great webinar. So, Amy, if you want, I'll just turn it over to you. You really don't need any intro. I know everybody on our list, for the most part, knows you, and if they don't, you're just hands down the #1 Facebook expert, and you're going to give a kick butt presentation. I always tell people, Amy, I think you are probably the best educator I've ever heard, period, whether it's talking about Facebook or anything. The way you speak, the tonality, your pacing, everything, you're super easy to listen to, and we always get rave reviews with your webinars with our audience. I know your audience obviously loves you, so anyway,
well,
I'm just super excited.
Thank you so very much. And for those of you who came from my audience and they don't know, Sean, you didn't even say your last name. This is Sean Malarkey, and Sean doesn't even need an intro because everybody seems to know you, Sean, every time I say your name. But I just wanted to make sure everyone knew who the heck was talking on the other line.
Oh, I appreciate that, Amy. Look at that. I just got 900 friend requests.
I knew it. I knew you would. So why don't we go ahead and dive in? Are you ready to go?
I'm ready.
All right. This is Facebook Marketing Secrets, how to finally attract leads and make money with Facebook. Now, here's what you're going to learn. Easy strategies that are working right now on Facebook to help you quickly attract your first 1,000 fans. And if you're past that 1,000 mark, I'm going to give you strategies today to help you move those fans into real action so they become leads and then they become paying customers. Also, how to move your fans directly to your website. It's one thing to have a bunch of fans on Facebook, but really what we want to do is move them over to our own personal hub, our website. I'm going to show you how to do that. Also, proven tips to help you get out into the news feeds of all your fans so you can turn your Facebook efforts into quality leads and profits. Also, promoted posts, what they are and how they can skyrocket your engagement overnight. And Facebook offers. These are my favorite these days. I call them the super feature on Facebook, and they can boost your leads and sales instantly. Now, I've got to run by some quick stats that pretty much blew my mind when I recently saw them. Facebook users today are uploading approximately 300 million photos to Facebook per day. That's up 20% from earlier this year. 300 million photos a day. Also, in addition, 2.5 billion content items are shared each day, and Facebook users generate 2.7 billion likes a day. To say the least, I think we all are a little click happy with those likes. Facebook's reach is tremendous, with over 1 billion users to date. To look at the numbers globally, 1 of 7 people in the world has a Facebook profile or page right now. 92% of industry professionals report that they've acquired a customer from Facebook. And this is the stat that I care most about. It's one thing to upload a bunch of images or click like a bunch of times, but what I really want to find out is, are people actually getting paying customers from their efforts? And this great study by Open Forum proves that yes, customers are coming from Facebook. With these kind of stats, it's no wonder that brands are trying more than ever to get their products and services in front of such an enormous yet targeted audience. Now, most of you have been on many of my webinars, but because a lot of you came from my audience. However, if you're new here, I wanted to tell you just really quickly about my background and why I spend so much time on Facebook. So I came from Harley-Davidson Motorcycles, where I was there during their 100th anniversary, and I marketed products and services. And it was a great introduction to marketing because they were the most loyal fan base I've ever worked with. I mean, most of them tattooed the company logo on their body. You can't get more fanatic than that. So it was a great audience to market to. From there, I moved on to working with peak performance coach Tony Robbins, and I spent 6.5 years as his director of content development. This picture is from Fiji when Tony filmed his very last infomercial, and Magnum PI was there. Very random, I know. But it was a great time, and I learned a lot about online marketing, and that's where I started my love for social media marketing. I ended up taking everything Tony taught me and starting my own consulting business so I could have more freedom in my life and really do what I loved. My first big client was Mike Stelzner of Social Media Examiner, and he asked me to help him build his Facebook page. So in that first year, we went from 0 to 30,000 lucrative fans on his Facebook page. He makes millions from his efforts promoting his online summits now, and a lot of that comes from his Facebook community. So I documented everything that worked and everything that didn't work in that first year that we grew a massive fan base. And I use that as a guide today when I teach social media marketing and Facebook marketing specific. I co-authored the book, Facebook Marketing All-in-One for Dummies, and I blog all over the web about Facebook marketing. So these are some of the places you might see some of my articles, and I was named one of Forbes' top 50 social media power influencers. So to say the least, I pretty much eat, sleep, and breathe Facebook marketing. And then today, I'm going to show you the strategies that are working right now so you can get off this training and start seeing some real results. So let's jump into the 4 simple steps to create real results on Facebook. Step 1 is to optimize your foundation for Facebook success. Step 2, quickly grow a lucrative fan base of quality leads. Step 3, create ongoing massive engagement. And step 4, turn your fans into profitable super fans. I'm going to give you tips and strategies for every single one of these steps today. So step 1 is to optimize your Facebook foundation. Now, this is all about setting up shop by branding your Facebook page. And specifically, I'm talking about your timeline cover photo. I want you to use this cover photo to let your fans know who you are and what you're about. Now, the optimal size for your timeline cover photo is 851 by 315 pixels. And there's some restrictions here that you must know about. You cannot include any contact information, no price mentions like 50% off today, and no calls to action. You can't say like our page or visit our website or go check out our latest sale. No calls to action at all. Basically, Facebook wants you to graphically represent your brand in this timeline cover photo. So you want to stay away from too much text or too little creative like graphic and images. Now, looking at these restrictions, you might think, well, what the heck can I do on my timeline cover photo? Because there's a lot you can't do. Well, I've got some specific examples to show you so you can model what will work best for your brand and make sure you take advantage of the opportunities you have for your timeline cover photo. So this first one is Bruce. I just love this picture of Bruce. He's adorable. But the reason why I really like the timeline cover photo is he does a great job of promoting or showcasing his latest book. Notice he has his book jacket. It's very clear the name of his book. He doesn't need to say, go visit us on Amazon to buy the book, because everyone knows where to buy books, and it would be against the restrictions anyway. So with that, he's got some great imagery. He has a picture of himself. Everyone loves to see who the author is. And if you have a physical book or an ebook, this type of strategy will work great for you to spotlight or highlight your latest book. Here's an example by Dunkin' Donuts, and there's a few other big brands that are doing this now. They do a fan of the week. Now, if you highlight a fan of the week, not only will that person become a fan for life, and hopefully you can lead them to become a customer for life, but you're going to create some great buzz around your page because those fans love to tell all their friends and family that they're featured on your Facebook page. So they're going to drive traffic over to your Facebook page, and from doing so will help you increase your engagement. And that will help you get out into the newsfeed more often of your fans. So Fan of the Week is a great strategy to create a little buzz around your Facebook page. Now here's one by Nancy. She's an online visibility expert. And if you are your own personal brand, you can have a lot of fun with your timeline cover photo. Nancy changes hers out often. She uses words and colors to really capture what she's all about, and she can grab the attention of her ideal audience with the images that she uses in her timeline cover photo. She changes it out often, which means that every time you upload a new photo as your timeline cover photo, it will get out into the news feed of your fans. So you're getting even more exposure each time you upload a new photo. And I encourage you to upload new timeline cover photos often because they don't need to be static. You can keep things interesting with your fans by changing them out often. Now, this is one of my favorites. David Siteman Garland is a great friend, and he has impeccable branding on his website and on his Facebook page. So as you can see, he has a great use of the logo, a picture of himself, and then he tells you exactly what he's about. The #1 badass show, resource, and community for mediapreneurs. He's done a great job of adding graphics as well as text to tell the story of his brand. If you are your own personal brand or if this type of model works for you, I encourage you to hire a designer. It does not need to be expensive, but make sure your timeline cover photo is a great representation of what you're all about. And one of my favorite ways to use a timeline cover photo is to promote what you have going on right now in your business. Now, yes, there are restrictions, but Lisa here of Whole Health Designs is not breaking any of those rules, but she is promoting what's going on in her business right now. So as you can see, it says, Juice It Up, free 3-day virtual cleanse with Lisa. And she also uses a custom application with the same type of graphic to draw your eye down to that box below. Now, in this training, I can't possibly get into all the details about how to create this custom application, but let me show you what happens. When you click there, she takes you inside of Facebook to a lead generating page. Now, studies show that when you keep people inside of Facebook and ask for their name and email, they're more likely to give it to you because there's some kind of trust inside Facebook versus you take them outside of Facebook to a page they've never been to, they're less likely to give you their personal information. So this lead gen opportunity inside her Facebook page has allowed her to build a huge audience around her 3-day virtual cleanse that's completely free, so she's using it as a way to grow her list. This is a fantastic way to get leads on Facebook. Now let me transition into another strategy to build your foundation on Facebook, and that is to use your About section as an SEO and web traffic hotspot. So Lululemon is a yoga clothing company, and they have a great website and a great Facebook page. But one thing they're missing is the URL to their website in that About section on their Facebook page. Now, the reason why it's so important is that if somebody wants to go to your website, you definitely want to give them access there. So you want to make sure you include the link to your website so they can go to your website at any time. Here's an example of Brad's Raw Foods. And as you can see in that box, he says, we are a raw food company passionate about healthy living, and then he links to his website. Give people the opportunity to go outside of Facebook if they choose to read and find out more about you and to buy your programs, products, and services. All you need to do is click that About link underneath that box there. It will take you to the back end of your Facebook page. You can write a little, don't write too much. You only get 3 lines total. Write just a little bit and include a link to your website. Now, going back to Lisa's example, she does a great job of using that section to promote what she has going on right now. The more timely you can make your Facebook page, the better, because it's more interesting to people when they're in the moment with you. So this box here, you can see it says, free juice cleanse, November 26th, 27th, 28th, go here to join. And then she has a link where you can actually go to sign up for her cleanse. So I encourage you to use every aspect of your Facebook page to promote what you're doing right now in your business. Now, if you're a local business, just a quick disclaimer, you don't get the opportunity to write that little blurb in there and put your website. If you're a local business, meaning you chose the local category on your Facebook page, it will automatically pull in your address and your phone number. And if you delete your phone number, it will pull in your website. So unfortunately, you don't get to be creative in this area, but as a local business, it's important that people see your address. So it's all good. I just wanted to make sure you knew that you had a little less flexibility here. All right, so let's move into step 2. We first build the foundation. We brand the Facebook timeline cover photo. We make sure we have a link to our website in that About section. And now it's all about growing fans so that we can turn those fans into leads. This is a stat that I want you to really pay attention here. If you're multitasking, this is the time to put down the phone and not look at the email and really pay attention, because this could change the way you use Facebook. HubSpot, who I thoroughly trust in their studies, did a study that found that the average company saw a 185% increase in traffic after crossing 1,000 Facebook fans. 1,000 fans meant 185% more traffic to your website. And I said at the very beginning of this training, it's one thing to have a big Facebook community, but really we want them to come over to our own personal hub where we control more of what's happening over there. We have more flexibility as to what we highlight, promote, and sell. So with this, you really want to focus on that first 1,000 fans. Now, I have a pop quiz for you. I know pop quizzes aren't a lot of fun. They take me back to my high school days and kind of make my stomach hurt at times. But my pop quiz is fun and easy, and it will definitely give you a great snapshot of where you are right now with your fan attraction strategy on Facebook. So grab a piece of paper, just real fast, grab a piece of paper and a pen, and I want you to write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on the piece of paper, just 1 through 6. And I'm going to ask you 6 questions right now, and you just write yes or no next to the numbers. All right, you all ready? Okay, here we go. Question number 1. Is your timeline cover photo branded on your page? I just showed you a bunch of different examples how to represent your brand through your timeline cover photo. Have you done that? And if you're being honest with yourself, is it a great representation about what you're all about? Number 2, have you linked your page to your profile? This means that if I went to your personal profile, would I find a link right under your profile photo directly to your Facebook page? If not, I'll show you how to do that. Number 3, have you secured your custom URL? So if I went to facebook.com/name of your company, would I find your Facebook page? Number 4, have you added a like box to your website? Number 5, are you posting 2 to 5 times per day? And number 6, do you have at least 1,000 fans? Now, if you could answer yes to all of these, do a little happy dance right now. Come on, get up out of your seat, do a little happy dance, pat yourself on the back, because you are well beyond most people right now on Facebook. And you should be seeing more leads on a daily basis, and those leads should be turning into paying customers for you. If you're not seeing that, but you do have all of these in place, stay with me here, because I'm going to give you some strategies to help you get the most out of all these activities you've already secured. If you answered no to some or all of these, don't worry, because I'm going to go over each one of them for you right now to make sure you have them all locked in so you can start attracting your first 1,000 fans. We already went over number 1, how to brand your timeline cover photo. But number 2 is to link your page to your profile. Now, right now, you're looking at my good friend Scotty Marie's Facebook personal profile. Not her page where friends or where fans are, but this is her profile where her friends come. And as you can see, it says worked at QD Healthcare Group. If I were to click that, I should go to the Facebook page of QD Healthcare Group. But instead, I click on it and I get a dead page. This is the last place that you ever want to send anybody who's interested in learning more about you on Facebook, because they're likely going to get nowhere with this. Sometimes you see a suitcase instead of this medical cross here. Regardless, this is a dead page, and you never, ever want to send traffic here. So let's go back to David Siteman Garland. I used him earlier as an example. If I'm on his profile, and if I were to hover over where it says creator/host at the rise to the top, a pop-up box appears. And here, if I hadn't yet liked his page, I could like it right from this hover box. You'd be amazed how many likes come from hover boxes on Facebook. At any time where you post on Facebook, someone can hover over the name of your page and this box appears and people can like it. That's why you want to get active on Facebook and post everywhere you can. That makes sense, because your page link will appear all over Facebook. But if I were to click on the Rise to the Top link, it would actually take me to his website. To his Facebook page. Now, you might be saying, well, I get more traffic on my profile than I do my Facebook page. And a lot of people could say that. But here's the deal. If you do get more traffic from your profile than your page, you might say, then I really don't need a Facebook page. There's really no point to that. And I say that is crazy thinking, because why not get double the exposure on Facebook? Why not get into the news feed of all your friends, who we all know everyone has friends on their personal profile, but we also have customers and potential customers. So why not get the double exposure and get a bunch of people to see your post in their profile or from your newsfeed from your profile, and post on your page and get out into the newsfeed that way as well. So if nothing else, look at it as I'm going to get double exposure on Facebook. And with all the noise on Facebook, that is crucial to get seen. In addition, your profile is extremely limited. You cannot have those custom applications where I showed you how to collect leads like Lisa was doing for her 3-day free cleanse. And you cannot run Facebook ads to a profile. You can use Facebook ads and run them to a page and maybe run them to your lead generating custom app that I told you about. There's so much you can do with a page that you can't do with a profile that I highly recommend you have both. And once you do have both, make sure you're linking to your page underneath your profile photo. You see where it says about there, where it says married to Marcy, and then it says about? If you click about, it takes you to the back end of your Facebook profile. And as long as you type in the name of your Facebook page at the very top of work and education, so it's the last page you enter, it should appear. You click on it in a drop-down menu, and as long as that page is there, it will appear underneath your profile photo so people can link to it and go check you out. And see how mine says taking care of business, and David's, I think, said something like creator of the Rise to the Top. When you do add your Facebook page, it will give you a section, you can't see it here, that says position. You fill in anything you want. You could even say check out our Facebook page at. Whatever you want to do there, you fill it in, and then that will appear directly underneath your profile photo. This is a must in order to drive traffic to your Facebook page. Now, a next question I asked you in our pop quiz was, have you added a custom Facebook URL? If not, once you have 30 fans, you want to go to facebook.com/username, and you want to add the name of your Facebook page. So there's a Facebook page called Skateboard Swing, and it's an amazing, amazing swing that you got to check out. That it's a great Christmas gift, just for the record. And the reason I say that is because Sean is actually part of it, and I'm obsessed with these skateboard swings. So they're really fun, and it's a fun gift for Christmas. But regardless, I just took a snapshot of his because I was on the page. And what you want to do is make sure that the name of your Facebook page is actually a good representation in your URL, meaning facebook.com/skateboard swing actually says what it is. You don't want facebook.com/something really long, hard to remember, and people will never remember when they type it into Facebook. You want something easy like Sean did here with Skateboard Swing so that you can put it on your business cards. You can rattle it off anytime you're at a meetup and someone says, well, what's the name of your Facebook page? Oh, just go to facebook.com/skateboard swing and you'll find it. So make sure it's really easy for people to remember. The reason why this is important is, one, it's great for SEO, and two, you don't want a Facebook page that's facebook.com/GJ6531ASD. That's what it's going to look like, a bunch of numbers and letters. So this is important, facebook.com/username to secure your URL if you haven't done so yet. The next one on my pop quiz is the like box. Now, when I added a like box to my website, I skyrocketed my likes. And this is so key for anybody that wants to get more likes on your Facebook page. Here's why. If someone comes to your website and they are looking at your blog post, they're reading your about page, they're checking out your products, well, then they're interested in your content. So why not also get them to become an instant Facebook fan so that next time when they do hop over to Facebook, they see your post in their newsfeed. So you're going to stay top of mind with them. The way a like box works is that people come to my website, they see this, it's in the right column on my homepage. They click like, and they do not go over to Facebook, because the last thing I want to do is send my website traffic over to Facebook. I want to keep them on my website. But I know that eventually that day they're likely going to go over to Facebook, so why not have them become a Facebook fan while they're at it? They click the like button, they never leave my website, but they do become an instant fan of my Facebook page. This is the number one way I've grown my likes on my Facebook page. If you're interested in adding this to your website and you have a WordPress site, just go to, or just Google WordPress Facebook plugin Likebox, and you'll find a bunch of different examples on the web for plugins that you can just quickly upload to your WordPress site. If you don't have a WordPress site, just Google Facebook social plugin Likebox, find the link to the developer site on Facebook, and you can get a certain code that's attached to your Facebook page that you can put in the back end of your website and get this up and running. I highly recommend you adding a Likebox to your website. In the last strategy in our step number 2, which is to grow a lucrative fan base, I encourage you to post consistently. Now, how often should you post? The sweet spot is usually between 2 and 5 times each day. Buddy Media did a study that they found that 2 to 5 times a day tends to be the sweet spot. Anything less, just not enough. Anything more, and you're likely to get your page unliked, because the number one reason why people unlike your Facebook page is because you're posting too much. So 2 to 5 times a day is the sweet spot, but that's not enough. Really what it's about is consistency. Consistency always wins on Facebook. And since your fans visit Facebook at completely different times of the day, one post a day simply isn't enough. Most fans won't even see it. So instead, you want to post several times a day and mix things up with short video clips and quick tips and questions and links and images, and stagger your posts at different times to reach more fans. Now, it doesn't just stop there. You want to also include calls to action in your post. I'll get into more of that in step 3, so stay with me here. And one extra tip here, that same study by Buddy Media I just mentioned, they found that for maximum engagement and to attract even more fans, you want to keep your post around 80 characters or less. Not 80 words, but 80 characters or less. This study by Buddy Media showed that posts with 80 characters or less received 27% higher engagement rate. 27%. That is a lot when we're talking Facebook engagement. So try to keep those posts short, to the point, succinct, in order to grab the attention of your ideal audience on Facebook. So let's wrap up our little pop quiz here to make sure that you cover all your bases to attract your first 1,000 fans. You want to brand your timeline cover photo, link your page to your profile, secure your custom URL, add a like box to your website, and post between 2 to 5 times each day. So you definitely want to make sure, remember these action items, but now we're going to jump into step 3, which is all about creating massive engagement. And I've got to say, this is my favorite topic. I'm most passionate about engagement because this is where the real relationships happen on Facebook. Now, something that you really have to understand when it comes to engagement, if you want to win this Facebook marketing game, if you understand this one thing I'm going to teach you right now, it will change the game for you. And I truly mean that. The thing with engagement, you've probably heard this before, but Facebook recently said that only about 16% of our audience, our fans, are actually seeing our posts in their newsfeed. So even though we might have 100 fans, only 16% of those fans are actually seeing our posts in their newsfeed. And that is incredibly frustrating, I know. I have many strategies to get you beyond that 16%, but one thing you do need to know is that engagement increases on Facebook when your fans actually take action with your post. So here's what you need to know. It's not enough to post a really great quote on your Facebook page. And I come to your Facebook page or I see you in the newsfeed, I read the quote, and in my head, I think, that is such a great quote. I love that. And then I move on. Or you post a really funny video or a very funny image, and I look at it and I think, that image is hilarious. And then I move on. If I'm looking at your stuff and internally liking it, but not physically liking it, that means nothing for your Facebook engagement. Facebook needs to know that your fans really care. And the only way they're going to know that is if they like, comment, post, and share your content. They have to physically do something. Facebook then says, oh, this fan likes this content. I'll start showing it more and more in this fan's newsfeed. That's how you get out in the newsfeed. Your fans have to take action. So with taking action, it's all about images. Right now, remember I promised you early in this presentation, I was going to tell you what's working right now on Facebook. Well, if I did this presentation a year ago, I probably wouldn't teach it just like this, of course. But what's working right now are images, but not just any images, strategic images. So let's talk about images or photos on Facebook. Photos on Facebook generate 53% more likes than the average post. And this is big because every time someone clicks like next to your post, your engagement score goes up, meaning you get out into the news feeds more often organically without having to spend a dime. Also, Facebook users upload approximately 300 million photos to Facebook per day. And the photo sharing tool Instagram, which many of us use, it has increased 1,179% in the last 6 months. Photos are where it's at on Facebook. But here's the deal. To stand out from the noise on Facebook, you must create a strategy for your image post. And I'm going to show you a bunch of strategies right now that you can model and make your own. This first image strategy is called the Snackable image strategy. Think Snackable in terms of easy to digest, easy to take in quickly and just move on. It's bite-sized. People on Facebook are multitasking at every second. We are clicking, sharing, talking to people in live chats. We're watching videos. We're doing a million things while we're checking email and answering our phone. You do not have a captive audience on Facebook. And with that, you've got to remember your posts have to be easy to engage with. So think in terms of the Snackable image strategy. This post is great by Richard Branson. It says, who's your favorite fictional character? Easy question, fun to answer, doesn't take a lot of thought. And then he says, why grow up when you can forever be Peter Pan? And he's got this great photo that takes us all back to our childhood. So it's a great photo and a great question. It's easy to digest. It's a snackable image. Here's another great one by the popular fast food restaurant Chick-fil-A. And it says, my first experience with Chick-fil-A was. Now, let me dissect this post a little bit for you. First of all, notice it says fill in the blank at the very top in the status update part. About a year ago or even months ago, people would put fill in the blank and then they'd actually type in the fill in the blank in the status update. They'd never include an image. But notice how Chick-fil-A puts the question in the image. It takes up more room in the newsfeed. It's bright red. It stands out. And then they ask this question, my first experience with Chick-fil-A was. Now, when I first read that question, and I didn't look at any of their stats yet, I thought that is a weird question. Who has a story about a fast food restaurant? And I said this out loud, sitting next to my husband, who said, oh, I've got a great story about Chick-fil-A when I was a kid. When I was about 6 years old, I entered a derby car race, where I made this little derby car and raced it, and I won, and they gave me a gift certificate to Chick-fil-A, and it's been my favorite restaurant ever since. Yes, I do admit that my husband's favorite restaurant is a fast food restaurant. Makes for very romantic nights, let me tell you. But he had this crazy fun story that he always remembered. So then I looked at the stats and noticed that they have 4,179 people actually filled in a blank here. So when you know your audience, you know that they're going to have fun, fond memories of you, then you ask a question like this. Knowing your audience makes all the difference. So there's so much good that's going on in this post. They turned the question, the fill in the blank area, into an image. They made it bright red, which helps stand out. They added the fill in the blank in the status update, and they made sure that they asked something they knew would resonate with their audience. This is a great snackable image strategy. Beth, one of my former clients, she has the website Planet Pearl, and it's all about knitting. And when I taught her how to include images and also add easy to answer short questions in her post, her engagement skyrocketed. She went from almost no engagement to getting over 500 responses on her questions. Now, when you think knitting, you don't think 500 responses on Facebook. I know I don't get 500 responses for just one post. But she was able to master this and know what her audience wants to talk about. Beth is a great example of making images and short questions work on a Facebook page. Now here's another type of image strategy, and this is called the sneak peek image strategy. And I know Sean here is on the webinar today, and he is a master. I should have used one of his examples. He's a master of the sneak peek image strategy. And what it means, he pipes in. He says, yeah, I am. Are you there, Sean?
Yeah, I am. I'm excited. I didn't even know what the sneak peek strategy is. I'd love to know what I'm a master of.
Okay, you seriously are a master of, and I should have used one of yours the other day. I'll talk about it in a minute, but the big book picture you posted on your Facebook page?
Yeah.
Yes. So I'll explain what the sneak peek strategy is, and then you tell people what you did in that picture, okay? Okay, so just stay with me for a second.
Perfect. Okay, perfect.
So the sneak peek image strategy is basically letting people behind the scenes to get to know you as a person, your personality. Facebook is all about relationships. I mean, social media is all about relationships. So we've got to let people in. So of course you want to promote on Facebook. You want to tell people about your programs and products. And I'm a huge fan of that. I mean, I make my living by promoting things on Facebook. That's how I built my business. So I definitely believe in selling and promoting on Facebook. But first, you got to let people in. And so what I do and what my clients do is that we always give a little sneak peek behind the scenes sometimes on our Facebook page, not just our profile. So I got a brand new puppy. His name is Gus. And really, this dog was for my son. But guess who gets the great chore of potty training a brand new puppy? It was me. And it completely stressed me out. And so what I did is I took to the Facebook airways, posted on my Facebook page, my business page where I talk business all the time. I posted this fun picture of Gus and said, I need help, guys. I'm having problems. Do you have any advice? Over 90 people, and I took this photo pretty much right after I posted, over 90 people commented. Sometimes I don't get 90 comments on a Facebook tip where I ask advice. So here's the deal. People love to they love when you ask for advice, and they love to be included in your own personal life. So they think it's so much fun, and they get to know you. So here's the deal. How does this relate to selling more? Well, if I build relationships with people on a personal level and let them inside a little bit, next time they're ready to purchase anything related to what I sell, I'll be top of mind, because we think in terms of relationships and people, not in terms of products or brands. And that's what you need to remember with these sneak peeks. Let people in behind the scenes. So Sean had an image of him with this humongous like encyclopedia, something or another. And what did the caption say on that picture?
It was actually a dictionary that was literally probably 5 inches thick. It was like a really old book I found at a garage sale one day. And the caption said, I'm super excited. I just got the first printed version of my new book, A Day in the Life from Sean Malarkey.
It's so you. It was so you. I just thought, oh yeah, that's definitely a Sean post for there. But just having a little fun. I'm going to have to include it next time. Having a little fun with your audience and just showing pictures of yourself and what you're doing in your day-to-day and your kids and whatever you feel comfortable sharing. That's what's going to solidify those relationships on Facebook. So
Amy,
make sure you let people in.
Sorry to cut you off. You know the old saying, it's people have to know you and like you before they'll trust you.
Yes.
And I always, that's a lot of my goal is to get, stuff like that. I know it's going to get high engagement because it's somewhat entertaining because it makes me laugh when I think of it.
Yeah.
But, the goal is to get people to know me better and like me. And at that point, they trust me. So if I ever do recommend something or offer something for sale, those barriers have already been, I guess, crossed, if you will. So
it's so true. And humor is great to do that. And I have to say, I on Facebook don't tend to be silly. Like, oh my gosh, Sean takes the cake for being completely silly and ridiculous on Facebook, more so than me. I think, quite honestly, I must be a little bit shyer than Sean is. But I do it in my own way. So whatever feels comfortable to you to let people in, make it your own, because that way it will be more genuine. So whatever works for you, find a way to let people in. And I just have one more quick example with Dragon Search. And this is a simple example where they put a pull-up bar in their office. Instead of just talking about business every day, they took some funny pictures of people trying to do pull-ups. I love the lady in the dress trying to hoist the other lady up doing a pull-up. That would probably be me there. But it's just fun. Just let people in. Let them see what you're doing behind the scenes, because it gives them a sense of trust with you. Exactly what Sean said. They have to know and like you before they're going to trust you. So these sneak peek image strategies are a great way to do so. Now, another image strategy, this is the one I use all the time. It's my favorite, and you can actually pair this strategy with any of the other strategies. Let me first give you some stats that are extremely valuable. When fans are asked to like a post, there's a 3 times higher like rate than when not asked. And when fans are asked to comment on a post, 3.3 times higher comment rate. And when the share rate is 7 times higher than those posts not asked fans to share. Now, why is this important? Remember what I said. If your fans don't take action, if they only internally enjoy your post, Facebook will not put you out into the news feeds of those people. Your fans have to show that they like your content by liking, commenting, sharing, actually posting on your page, and engaging with your links. They have to do something. So keep these stats in mind as I show you some action image strategies. This first one is a strategy I use all the time. I usually find a great quote I know will resonate with my ideal audience on Facebook. I put it into an image, and then in the status update part, I say, click like if you believe this to be true, or click like if you agree. Just something simple like that. And then I promote the post. And I'm going to show you in a moment how to promote posts. The reason I promote the post is I know once it starts getting some good traction, I know that people like it. Then I promote it because it's going to skyrocket my engagement. And that's just what this did. So basically, over 1,946 people clicked like, 90 people commented, and I didn't even ask for a comment. And look at this other one, 1,675 people shared it, almost as many people that liked it. This went viral quickly. Over 78,000 people actually got it in their news feed. And why this is so valuable is that it made Facebook pay attention and said, oh, well, these fans actually like this Facebook page. Let's start putting Amy's post into their newsfeed more often. So this is a great example you can model, make your own in order to increase your engagement. Another one, this is such a great example, Melanie Duncan, my good friend who's a Pinterest expert, she created an image, and she did a few great things here. She included an image of herself, but in addition to that, she has a great quote. People love quotes on Facebook. Also, the quote relates to what she teaches, so she's expanding on her brand in this image. And she put a URL to her website. Very, very important in order to let people get used to seeing where they can find you on the web. But she didn't just stop there. She didn't just upload an image. She actually went to the status update and said, share this important message. Remember, you ask someone to share, 7.7 times more engagement. Share this important message and then click here to learn more, and she sends them to her website. So she's getting a share, and when people click on a link inside your post, that's engagement as well. So this is a great example of asking for the engagement. Now, 2 more strategies related to blog images, or related to images in general. This one is the blog post image strategy. The post with the blue star, Basically, that's what Social Media Examiner is doing now. They used to do the other image there, that small one, where they would post a link to their latest blog post. It would pull in a thumbnail, a really small thumbnail, as you can see there, with a little blurb, and then they'd add the title to the blog post in their status update. But what they started to do is use tools like Jing, J-I-N-G, or Snagit, S-N-A-G-I-T. They would use these tools in order to take a snapshot of the very top portion of their blog. Then they would upload the blog post image, link to it in their status update, and there's reasons why this is working so well for them. One, it takes up more space in the news feed, so you're more apt to grab attention. And two, it's more dynamic. It's more interesting than that little thumbnail of the little guy there on the left. So next time you want to promote your blog, take a screen grab. And to give you some specs, try to make it around 400 by 400 pixels. 400 by 400 pixels makes it appear correctly inside the image so nothing gets cut off. But this example, I use it, my clients use it, obviously Social Media Examiner uses it, and we've all reported back that over time we get so much more traffic to our website by using this type of strategy. One of my past clients, Donna, she's at sociallysorted.au. She took all my image strategies and pretty much put them on steroids. She uses images everywhere and has become an image expert, really. But one of her images that included a call to action was shared 13,500 times. 13,500 times, meaning 13,500 people shared it. But then when you share an image, hundreds of people see it, if not thousands. So this image with a call to action went viral very quickly. Imagine what you can do with engagement on your Facebook page when you use images with calls to action. And the last strategy I'm going to teach you with these images is the traffic generating image strategy. Now, I use this one all the time. And basically, when I do a webinar and I promote it for a long period of time, I always include a video. And the video is about 2 minutes long, and it just basically says, hey, Amy Porterfield here. I want to tell you about my brand new webinar. This is what it's about. Here's what's in it for you. Click the link. I'll see you there. Really simple. I upload the video to Facebook. I include a very short status update. Now, it's probably more than 80 characters, but it's pretty short. I'm hosting a webinar today, your Facebook launch guide. Join me. It's free. And then I link to the sign-up page. And when I upload the video, it turns into an image here, and I always promote it. So with this post, let me dissect it a bit. You can see it has 614 likes, 109 comments. I didn't ask for likes. I didn't ask for comments, but it's still great, of course, when you get them. And this is the most interesting thing to me. 153 people shared it. Now, you might think 153 doesn't sound like a lot. It's a lot when it's a promotional post. I mean, it's one thing to get great quotes or images shared, but they're actually sharing with their friends my promotion, which is exactly what you want to happen on Facebook. And one of the reasons I think this happened is because the video makes it even more personal and people are more likely to share. I also promoted this post, and as you can see, over 315,000 people actually got it in their newsfeed. Doesn't mean they saw it, but at least it went out into the newsfeed of 315,000 people. For this one webinar, I was able to attract 4,000 people to sign up for it. And I sold an exclusive small group coaching program that was $1,000, and I only had space for 40 people. One webinar, 40 people signed up. That's $40,000 for a webinar that I promoted on Facebook only. You can get so much traction out of video and images on Facebook when you actually have a strategy behind it. You could model this exactly how I did it in order to get some great results. So I encourage you to take my strategies and make them your own so you can start seeing big results. Now, one of the last things I'll say about images is that the study by HubSpot also said that when you include an image, if you want people to click on a link in a status update, include an image. Because for some reason, including an image, even if you don't ask for them to click the link, you're going to get more clicks on that link. So if you want to drive more traffic to your website, always include an image. I think it's because most likely it grabs attention and people actually pay attention. And when you're on Facebook and you want to include an image, here's how you do it. You need to click on the photo/video button and upload the image. It's not enough to have a thumbnail showing when you get it pulled through when you add a link. Delete that. Really actually upload your image and try to keep it between 400 pixels by 400 pixels so it will look good on your timeline. So that is a lot of image strategies, I know, but like I said, I'm most passionate about that part because it's what Facebook's all about, those relationships. So now I want to get into the final step for your Facebook marketing success, and that's turning fans into super fans with Facebook ads. One of my past clients, Nancy, she did something incredible. She took some of my Facebook ad strategies, ran her first ad campaign, and for $47, she was able to generate $1,500. How great would it be if you gave me $47 and I handed you back $1,500? Pretty good, right? We want to do that a few times. Those are good transactions. Well, using Facebook ads can help you get these types of results, and I'm going to show you some of those strategies now. The first one is promoted posts. Now, promoted posts are status updates that you actually post on your wall, and then you actually turn it into an ad by paying to have that post seen by more of your fans and friends of fans. Now, promoted posts are shown to people who are most likely to engage with your ad, and here's the big thing. They're sent out into the news feed for maximum exposure. You know how when you go to your Facebook account, in the right column, you'll see a bunch of ads? Well, those ads are not as powerful as the ads that get out into the news feed. If you get out into the news feed with an ad, it's likely to get 6 times more engagement than the ads in the right column. Promoted posts are basically posts that turn into ads that go out into your news feed, and they look like a regular status update. So that's why they're so powerful. If you want to increase your engagement and move your fans to real action, experiment with these promoted posts. Include images, include your call to action, and then turn it into a promoted post. And here's how you do it. With a promoted post, all you need to do is go to your timeline wall, and if you have 400 fans, you'll have the promote button. If you don't yet have 400 fans, use the strategies I taught you earlier in this training to increase your fan base. But once you have 400 fans, you click on promote after you type in your status update, upload your image, and you can then have 2 options. You can say, do you want your post to be seen by more of your fans or more of your fans and friends of fans? And then you choose a dollar increment. And in this situation, if you chose $30, your ad could be seen by up to about 8,000 more fans and friends of fans for $30. Something you need to know. The $30 is the life of the ad, and the ad runs for 3 days total. So after 3 days, that ad is no longer live, and it will only cost you a total of $30, not $30 a day. Now, something cool to know is that if you have 5,000 fans, you can also target your post. So you can target by gender or age or location. So it's something to work toward. If you don't have 5,000 fans, there's always perks. The more fans you have, the more options you have on Facebook. Now, there was some grumblings recently about promoted posts, and people were saying, well, yeah, the people that are attracted to my promoted posts are in crazy countries that I don't even market to. Well, Facebook just recently came out with this quote, and they said, we've released an update to promoted posts to target spend to the countries where most of your fans reside by default. You can still control targeting on your own to ensure only the most relevant people see your post in their newsfeed. So they're saying that we're not going to show your promoted post to a bunch of people that aren't relevant to your page. And this is a great thing. It means Facebook's paying attention, and they're making their features even better when it comes to Facebook ads. So promoted posts, again, they get out into the newsfeed, and they're only shown to friends and fans of friends. And you want to use them when maybe you're doing a lead generating opportunity like Lisa was doing with her 3-day free cleanse. She posts about it on her page, includes a great image, and then promotes it so even more people see it. That's a great strategy. But to take this whole thing one step further, I want you to experiment with Facebook's super feature, which are Facebook offers. So let's switch gears here and talk about creating a Facebook offer for your local or your online business. Now, Facebook offers are extremely easy to implement. You do need 400 fans to get this feature, which is another incentive to get to those 400 fans. You can use them for online and local businesses. Before, you could only run a Facebook offer for your local physical business. Facebook recently opened it to all of us now. And here's the great thing. Offers interface with mobile devices, which means they get out into the news feed. Again, when you promote your offer, it doesn't appear in that right column where all the other ads are. It gets out into the news feed. So if someone's on a smartphone, they get to see it. Because if you don't know, when you're on a smartphone, you don't see those right-hand column ads. But if it gets out into the news feed, you will see it. And that's why approximately 30,000 of offer claims are coming from mobile devices. And also, offers can help grow likes, leads, and sales. And let me show you how. Here's an example of an offer from Whole Foods. And they have $10 off $50 or more. Now, this offer will appear on your timeline page as well as then you promote it to get out into the news feed. So there's 2 steps to an offer. Step 1, you set it up. Maybe it takes 10 minutes. Step 2, you then have to pay to promote it, either with a promoted post, so you could pay $30 and get seen by possibly 8,000 more people, or you can go into your ads dashboard if you want to get a little bit more advanced, and you can show your ad to, let's say, all the fans of your competitor's Facebook page. So for Whole Foods, I don't know if you all know Whole Foods, but obviously it's a health food type nutritional store, and one of their competitors would be Sprouts. So Whole Foods might say, show our offer to all the fans of the Sprouts stores. That would be a great way to attract some Sprouts fans to come over to their store. So you can do some really cool things like that, all within Facebook guidelines. It sounds kind of shady, but it's completely within the guidelines. So Facebook offers get out into the news feeds, and you can target them even more than you can target a promoted post. Now, here's an example from Mystere of Cirque du Soleil, and I haven't liked their Facebook page. So they must be getting in my news feed because they targeted non-fans. Maybe I've liked another page that they're targeting. But here's what's cool. Notice I can like their page from the offer. So not only are you getting people to claim an offer, but you're also getting more likes for your Facebook page. Yet another way to get to that first 1,000 fans. Now, remember I mentioned Lisa of Whole Health Designs? Well, not only did she create a timeline cover photo to promote her cleanse, a custom application to collect leads, she put information about it in her About section, but she also created an offer. Talk about covering all bases for your recent promotion. Now, what happens is if I were to click on Get Offer right there, I get an email into my personal email account. The email that I use to sign into Facebook, it sends me the offer. Now that means that it doesn't go into my Facebook email, which I rarely check, but it goes into my personal email, which is huge because I'm going to see it. And once I get this offer, one thing as a marketer you need to know is you don't get all the names and emails of anybody who clicked on Get Offer. But once this offer goes into my email, I click on Whole Health Designs to redeem it, as it says there, and Lisa takes me to a sign-up page on her website. Now Lisa's getting my name and my email. So if you turn your offer into a lead gen opportunity and not just giving away, a discount or whatnot, you can actually make money and get leads. And of course with this, Lisa can then make sure that these new leads have a great experience with their 3-day free cleanse, and then she can upsell them into her other programs and products. That's how she turns a fan into a lead and a lead into a paying customer. And all the strategies I just taught you, your timeline cover photo, promoted posts, offers, the custom applications, those are all ways to make sure you're getting the biggest bang for your buck with your Facebook activity. So with that, do you see how powerful Facebook is for your business when done right? There is just so much you can do on Facebook. Tell me, Sean, if you guys can type into the dashboard, do you see some strategies here that you can start using right away to get some real results on Facebook? I'd love to hear, Sean, what people are saying.
Amy, I think you already know what they're saying, but surprisingly, there's only like 2 people out of the 1,000 that are on that said yes. Oh, there's a third one.
You love saying that to me. You're such a
I'm just teasing. The whole screen just littered up with yes, yes, oh my god, yes, absolutely. I've been monitoring all the comments and responding to as many as I can. They're coming in at kind of gangbusters, but there's been one comment after another about what a great presentation this is. And what's funny is I know you're only like scratching the surface, so I really appreciate you giving such a great webinar. People are loving it. But back to this feedback, amazing, great tips. This is,
Good.
like Joe just said, this is by far the best webinar I've ever participated in. Absolutely, you betcha. You've already changed something, my worker. Or yes,
Their
I've
world.
already changed my worker.
I love it.
I don't know what that means, but that
Well,
was a good one, wasn't it?
I'm so glad that there's some great feedback, and I was hoping for great feedback. I love when you always tell me there's not. But
I wish I could show you this, but literally there's probably 400 to 500 comments that have come in, and people are now saying, "I agree. This is the best webinar I've ever been on." Blah blah blah. So
okay,
you're killing it. Good job, Amy.
That's what I love to hear. So thanks for the reassurance. But I just really wanted to make sure that if I were to teach another Facebook webinar, I teach so many of them, that I wanted to have some brand new strategies that you can apply right away. So it sounds like hopefully I met my goal there, because I was really excited to share these new things with you, because I'm using them now and my students are using them now to get big results. So with that, I wanted to introduce our brand new program, because we're going to do some live Q&A at the end. And actually, I'm going to ask Sean to teach something. One more thing, he's actually going to teach a little ninja strategy for us. But before I get there, I wanted to make sure you knew about a brand new opportunity, and that is FB Influence 2.0. Now, if you're part of our audience already, you likely have heard of FB Influence before. We created FB Influence last year, and since then, it was such a huge hit, we thought we've got to do it again, but we're going to totally redo the product. So probably 95 to 99% of this product is brand new, completely updated, and the whole thing is it is A to Z Facebook marketing. Everything you need to know to set your foundation, to actually get more fans, to get that engagement, and start using Facebook ads even to turn your fans into paying customers. So I thought I'd take a moment to tell you about what's in each of these modules so you know what you get from FB Influence. So there's 4 different modules, and in module 1, it's all about the foundation for Facebook success. So here you get the 9 core rules, so you know you're playing by those Facebook rules and what's really working. I actually give you more creative ideas to brand your timeline page, but I give you my personal resources that I use to do all of the branding for my own Facebook page. In addition, I actually teach you how to use those custom apps that I showed you earlier that Lisa used to create leads. I'll show you how to do that, which tools to use to do it yourself, and which tools to use if you want someone to do it for you. In addition, I take you behind the scenes to show you what to do behind the scenes on your Facebook page. That dashboard is complicated if someone doesn't walk you through it. So I literally take your hand and show you along the way what to do on your Facebook page. And then the best tools to monitor to make sure you're actually getting success from all of your efforts. Module 2 is about growing a lucrative fan base. So here I give you even more strategies to attract more fans. I show you how to grow your leads quickly using Facebook. Facebook is the #1 way how I have been able to grow a really big email list. And the way I do it is use Facebook ads and custom applications and engagement strategies. I teach you all of those in this program. I help you get out into the news feed even more, so more of your fans see your posts. And I show you how to optimize your website with like boxes and like buttons and share buttons, so you are always attracting more fans. And my very favorite training, this is a brand new one, it's what to delegate so you don't have to do it all alone. I show you who to look for to hire someone to help manage your Facebook page, what skill sets they need to have, and what activities you can give them so you don't have to do it all yourself. And in Module 3, it's all about creating massive engagement. So here, I show you what to post and when to post. Do you ever get stuck thinking, shoot, what am I going to post today? I'll help you with that. Also, even more strategies beyond images to create engagement. And then pinning, highlighting, and milestones. These are Facebook features that are unique only to Facebook, and I'll show you how to use them for your Facebook page. Also, I'll show you how to create unique, personalized Facebook experiences to keep your fans coming back for more. And there's something called interest lists, completely overlooked by some, but some people are crushing it with getting more fans by using these interest lists. I'll show you how to use them. And Module 4 is all about turning fans into profitable super fans. So here, I'll show you how to supercharge your Facebook ads. I'll go into step-by-step detail on how to create a promoted post. And I'll do the same with Facebook offers. I only scratched the surface in this short training, but I'm going to take you behind the scenes and show you step-by-step how to create an offer. Also, I'll show you how to promote your events, but first, how to set up a Facebook event page, what you need to know, what to include, and then I'll show you some case studies to show you how other people have promoted their events on Facebook and made a huge profit from doing so. In the very final video, I give you some strategies that I learned personally from Tony Robbins on how to take action, how to actually implement so that all your time and effort into this program actually gets put to use right away. So that's how to get momentum now. Now, each module includes video trainings, 5 video trainings per module, cliff notes, transcripts, slides, and audio. How valuable would it be for you right now if I turn the slide presentation I just gave you into a PDF and send it to you via email right now? Pretty valuable, right? Because you'd actually get to see all my examples, remember all the tips I just showed you, and jog your memory whenever needed. Well, if you're part of FB Influence, you get a PDF of every single slide deck that I create. That way you can go through them personally anytime you want and remember the examples and use them as your own. So cliff notes, transcripts, slides, and audio for every single training. Now, if you're interested, I want you to go to fbinfluence.com/special. That's fbinfluence.com/special in order to dive into the program right away. Now, it wouldn't be a great program, though, if I didn't include some bonuses. So let me tell you about the 6 bonuses that we've included that are brand new to FB Influence 2.0. This first one is your Facebook launch guide. Remember that webinar I did where 4,000 people signed up? Well, I've since taken the webinar offline, and the only place you can get it, your Facebook launch guide, is inside of FB Influence. This is the program where I take you behind the scenes and I show you how I launch my own personal experience or products and services online inside of Facebook. It's a great, great training where I show you all of my examples. Bonus number 2 is the power of Facebook groups. If you want to attract more customers, not more fans, but more customers using Facebook, and you want to keep those customers, then you've got to understand how to use Facebook groups. And I show you how to do that in this training. Now, this bonus is really cool. It's called the Content Marketing Power Plays, and it's 50 of my most favorite, most strategic Facebook posts that I've seen on Facebook. So you can take this PDF, and anytime you're at a standstill with content, meaning you can't think of what to post on Facebook today, just flip through this PDF. You've got 50 examples to model and make your own. You will never, ever again say, I don't know what to post on Facebook. It's in this PDF. Bonus number 4 is how to get leads on Facebook. So I created a 3-step lead generating Facebook blueprint to help you every step of the way attract those quality leads. Bonus number 4, and this one's so cool. Every time Facebook makes a major change, and we know they do often, I will create a personalized video just for FB Influence members, showing you what the changes are, how to take advantage of them, and how to get the most out of them so you are always in the know. This way, you will never be confused about Facebook changes because I'll create a training just for members of the program. And the last bonus is the full access member support with our private Facebook group. Now, this is probably the coolest bonus of all. Inside this Facebook group, I show up daily, check out what people are talking about, help people, but then other members network and connect, and they keep each other accountable. And here's the cool thing. You get your questions answered and you get feedback. So let's say you created a timeline cover photo and you wanted to make sure that people thought it was a great one. Upload it to the group and ask for feedback. Or maybe you're stuck on creating those custom applications I taught you. Well, then you can go into the group, ask for some questions. Believe me, the people that have already been through the program have already faced your challenges, and they're happy to give you the solutions and the results that they've gotten. So here's what you get in FB Influence. And then, Sean, I'm going to have you jump in here and tell them about your bonus. So Module 1 is Foundation for Facebook Success. Module 2, growing a lucrative fan base. Module 3, creating massive engagement. Module 4 is turning fans into profitable superfans. And bonus 1 is your Facebook launch guide. Bonus 2, your Facebook group training. Bonus 3, the 50 best content marketing power plays. Bonus 4, the 3-step lead generating Facebook blueprint. Bonus 5, free membership only workshops. And bonus 6, full access into our Facebook private support and networking group. And I know what you're thinking. All right, Amy, go ahead. Tell us the price. It's probably a few $1,000s. And I do believe the program is that good. We have spent so many hours. Sean, Lewis Howes, and myself have spent so many hours, time, blood, sweat, and tears in this program to make it the best it could be. But we didn't want to charge a few $1,000s. We didn't even want to charge a few $100 because we wanted to make sure that it was accessible to anybody who wanted to get real results from their Facebook efforts and finally start seeing the profits and the leads that should be coming from your Facebook efforts. So what we decided to do is to make it a one-time investment of just $97. So for just $97, you get full-time, lifetime access into the program, meaning anytime I update it, you get the update free of charge. The program is available to you right now at fbinfluence.com/special. Sean, do you want to tell them a little about the one extra bonus we've never offered before?
Yeah, I do. It's a little bit advanced. We still have a ton of people on. I want to get through questions. You guys want to learn? So, two things real quick before I forget, Amy. There's a ton of comments coming in from current FB Influence members and asking if they get access to the 2.0 version. And yes, you do. All you have to, I think I've answered everyone, but in case you haven't asked and you're wondering the same thing or I didn't get to it, yes, you do. All you have to do is just log into the members area like you normally would, and you'll see it there. And like Amy said, about 95% of it has all been kind of redone in the last few months. So you'll enjoy that. And it is, other questions are lifetime access. Yes, once you buy, you get it forever. And with the rate Facebook changes and in the world we live in, things are changing. So this stuff's changing all the time. Consider it really a lifetime resource for Facebook marketing that you can turn back to anytime. So, and lastly, people were asking about the group. Inside the members area, just click the community tab at the top and you'll be added to the group. And we do have someone in our support staff that goes through and verifies that everybody who clicks, that registers for the group is actually a paying member so that we can keep it to those that really keep it focused on those that know a lot. We don't get a lot of, I guess, just silly questions from people that don't have the program, haven't gone through it. So it may take a little while, 24 hours, 48 hours, maybe even 72 because we've got a lot of people joining to get accepted, but just be patient and you'll get that. There is no monthly cost to it. A lot of people have asked that as well. It's just a one-time payment. And it's really, I mean, it's kind of silly, kind of ridiculous, in my opinion, for what you get. We just created a whole brand new members area that's getting a ton of great feedback. So I hope you guys really enjoy it. And last question, Amy, or I guess I'll just ask everybody, do you want me to go into the advanced stuff now? It has to do with some pretty cool things Facebook is doing with email targeting, where you can actually target your email list and just those people on Facebook. Or would you guys prefer we do the Q&A and get a lot of the general kind of questions out and then do the kind of the final thing for the advanced stuff? And I'll just give it a second. I'm getting lots of yeses. Advanced now, Q&A, advanced now, advanced. Okay, advanced is winning. So we'll do that real quick and then come back to the Q&A. Is that good with you, Amy?
Let's do it.
Okay, awesome. So I'm going to share. You want to stop sharing your screen and give me the ability, and I'll just show you guys kind of what we've been working on.
Lisa, can you do that? I think Lisa's got a.
And if not, Amy, you can just click the stop sharing screen on yours, and I should be able to, and I'll take it over real quick.
Okay.
Okay. This is hands down. And Amy, if you could, I don't know if you can see the questions, if you could go in and answer those.
Sure, I'll do that.
Okay, cool. And so, if you guys, can you guys tell me, can you see my screen now? Can you see this picture in the ads panel of Amy? And I should probably blow this up full screen. Let me see.
Yes, everyone's saying yes.
Okay, cool. All right, so what you're looking at here is just an advertisement on Facebook. This is inside the ads panel, and this is a brand new feature that Facebook has just rolled out. A lot of people aren't familiar with this, and it's probably, in my opinion, one of the most valuable Facebook marketing strategies that's ever been introduced. And what I'm going to do is just kind of introduce you to it. I don't have time to coach on. We could probably talk for an hour going through all of this, but I'm going to do a quick intro to it, kind of show you the power of it, and do my best to show you exactly how to set it up yourself in about 5 minutes or less. So what you're looking at is a ad for a webinar with Amy. I posted the ad in up here, the link up here. It shows, I put a picture of Amy as the webinar with Amy, just an example. So what I've done here, and I guess just the real power of this, and I'll just start from scratch and then kind of work towards what I'm showing you here. What Facebook is now allowing you to do is to upload your email list. So just by a show of hands or yeses, how many of you guys here have an email list, whether it be 100 people or 10 people or 10,000 or 100,000? And I'm getting yes, 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 small one, yes, 22,000, yes, personal email list, yes, 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 4,000, 50K. Okay, awesome. 8,000, 7,000. Wow, we got a lot of cool people in here. Okay, so there has probably been over 100 responses that are coming that people do. So this is really good. And for those of you guys that don't have an email list, if you follow Amy's strategies, you should be building one pretty quick with FB Influence and with Facebook marketing, and you'll be able to use this. So how many of you would like or think it would be powerful? Do you think it would be powerful to be able to market to your audience on Facebook that is just on that email list? Say yes if you agree. Hell yes, of course. Okay, cool. So these comments are great. Facebook now has a feature using the Power Editor where you can upload a CSV file of your email list. And when you do that, it will then match up all those email addresses with the registered Facebook email addresses. And for everybody that has a matching email address, you can then market exactly to. And there's a bunch of different ways to use this. I'm going to share, just kind of scratch the surface on some things that we've been doing. But there's the real beauty in this is you're marketing to those people that have opted in to receive your information, that know you, that like you. So hands down, it's by far the best targeting. So what I did is I emailed a list of about 100,000 people on here. And there's also some incredible ways you can use this for market research. I'll share that as well. But about 100,000 people from our email list, that got a match of approximately 75,000 email that were registered with Facebook. So about 75% of that list, the people used the same email. So 75,000 people I could then market to on Facebook that are on my list. Now, what can I use this for? I can market this for our webinars that we do every week. If I run this for a week's time and you see an ad for the webinar over and over on your news feed, and then you get an email from me, do you think you would be more inclined or more likely to click that ad or click that email, open it up, and register for it? And I can tell you from all the marketing experience that you have, yes. The more times people see your message, the more they could. And boom, the comments are great that are coming in here. So yeah, I think it's 7 times, oftentimes that people see your message. They're after 7 times they'll actually take action on it. So by me running an ad to everybody about a webinar we have upcoming, I have the ability to let you know about it, to kind of broadcast or advertise a webinar without getting intrusive and hitting your email inbox. So this gives me the ability. I mean, most people on Facebook that's on our list, they see our ads and never realize that they're being targeted just for that. So I love it because I don't have to bug you in your inbox, but I can still reach you because I know 99% of the people on our list use Facebook and use it every day. So someone just asked if I had a list of 1 million, blah, 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 can I upload it? And yes, here's the catch with this, or the caveat. It has to be your email list. They have to have opted in. And it can't be, you have to agree that that's the case. So don't try and violate that and use an email list you bought somewhere. Chances are they'll figure it out and they'll end up banning your account. So some cool ways we've been using this. We've been advertising our webinars. Yes, and someone asked, can I take my Aweber list and use it to match with Facebook users? Absolutely. You can take any CSV file, which you can download your Aweber list into a CSV file and do it and market to. So it's really cool ways you can use this. A couple different things. We've been marketing to our webinars for this. We've been marketing replays for our webinars for this. A lot of you guys have probably seen those. We've been marketing special promotions. So if somebody attends our webinar and buys a product, we can then offer them a special promotion for another one. If somebody buys it, other ways you can use this for customer service. At the end of the week, for people that buy our products, we're uploading a list to Facebook and marketing, sending them to a custom page. It just says, thank you so much for buying our product. Here's a great place to start if you haven't already. And here's our support number. If you need any help with anything, we're here for you. How many of you guys on here have, comments are great that are coming in. How many people on here have businesses with high-end customers where they might pay $1,000 and up for a product or a service? How many of you guys in here have that? And yes. Okay, a bunch of yeses are coming in. You could upload that person's email address and create your own page that literally, that ad is just shown to one person, where you could have a video, you could have a nice custom letter, whatever it may be, but you could target and say, hey, Mike, this ad is for you. Thank you. A little note to say thanks. When somebody clicks that link, you can go to a page that says, hey, Mike, I want to thank you so much for hiring me to be your realtor. I really appreciate your business. You guys have been great customers. If there's anything I can do for you in the future, here's my number. Or Mike, hey, Mike, I want to thank you so much. Actually, you guys, you can use your imagination. I'm kind of getting carried away and whatnot. So there's a lot of different ways you could do this. You could send, if you wanted to get a job, you could, if you knew the person's email and it matched their Facebook, you could use that to target just that person. So, all right, let me get on. There's a ton of questions coming in regarding this. I really don't have time to touch on it, but I want to show you some of the ways that we're using this for market research as well. So this, for some reason, is not showing the amount. It was working earlier. So let me just see. Okay, here we go. So what I did was I went through and I just typed in some of the more popular countries that the people are in our audience are on as well. So I typed in Australia, United Kingdom, United States, Canada, Spain, Argentina, Mexico, South Africa, New Zealand, Japan. If I want to know exactly how many people are on my list, this is some great ways you can use this for market research. If I want to know exactly how many people are on my list from, just Japan, I'm doing this backwards. I could type it in originally, it's just Japan, but I can click this. Right now it shows 58,180, and it looks like about 600 people from my audience are in Japan. New Zealand, the original number, well, you can see there about another 800. South Africa, about 800 as well. Mexico, we've got about a couple hundred there. Argentina, it should be probably a couple hundred. And Spain, let's see, 800 there. In Canada, this is probably going to be a big drop off. About 3,000 there. United States, this is going to be the biggest one. About 49,000 people are in the United States. United Kingdom, et cetera, so on. So let me plug this just back in for example sakes. I should have left all those in, but there's 53,000 people from that original 100,000 that live in the United States, Australia, or United Kingdom, and I know Canada has a good number too, another 3,000 in Canada. If I want to know my audience, how many of them are men, I could select this and get a good indication. So the original number was, this number shows 28,000, the original was 56. What is that? It's almost exactly 50%. So it should be the same for about women, just a couple thousand less that are women. If I want to know how many people in my audience are age 40 and over, I can get a good idea from this here. So that was 10,000 went away. So about 80% of our audience is 40 or older. Then I could check, ages 40 to 50 and get a good indication there. So that's 30,000 of that original 50 that was showing. So about 60% is in that age bracket. If I want to know, let me just show some other things. So you guys starting to see kind of the power of what I'm showing here? Can you see how you could use this to do some pretty amazing targeting to just one person to, as many as you want, to do market research. Yeah, market research at your fingers. I've never gained more insight to our audience through multiple surveys and all kinds of things than I have from this data alone. If I want to know how many people on my list or get a good indication are parents, I can see this here. Roughly about 40% are parents. So that gives you some pretty valuable market insight. There's all kinds of different things here. I could do interests. I could do, I could just do here social media. Let's just do social media marketing. Let's check that. The original number was 56,000, 7,000. So about 14% of my audience is interested in that. I could do inbound marketing to get more of a gauge, affiliate marketing, viral marketing. I mean, the list just goes on and on and on. Some of the other ways I could do this here, if I want to know who is just single on my audience. So say, for example, I have a great product that's fit for singles. I can type that in there. There's just so much stuff you guys can do in this. You could go through here, do politics, active, all different kinds of things. So I hope you guys enjoy this. What we're going to do is just as a bonus today, for those that pick this up today, we're going to go ahead and do a special training on this particular tactic, show you some exact ways we've been using this, and show you kind of some more, really expand upon this, show you exactly how to do this. There's a lot of questions and confusion around how to do this because it is so new. There's actually some kind of bugs that we figured out some workaround. But anyway, we're going to do, if you guys are interested in that, for those people that buy today, we're going to do an exclusive bonus where we do a live training and show you exactly how to use this and really expand upon this. So hopefully you guys can see the value of that. I know it's kind of advanced. And yes, somebody said if I purchased yesterday, you can attend the training. Sure. We'll go ahead and allow that, Rick. If anybody else is a member as well, just type that in here and we'll make sure you get access to it. So anyway, hope you guys can see the value in that. For me as a marketer who has an email list, this is probably the most valuable information that Facebook has released. And there's some really cool, new, exciting things that are coming out, Facebook marketing, advertising. So there's a ton of great stuff coming up. So I hope you guys, if you're not using this now, you should be, and pay attention to what's going to come out in the next 6 months. It's going to be mind-blowing. Facebook is looking at doing external ad networks, advertising on Instagram, and there was a lot of clues that were dropped in the most recent privacy policy update that indicate that those exact things are going to be happening. So what we'll do is actually, for all the members that are on here, we'll archive this training in FB Influence, and we'll let you know when that's available inside the Facebook group. We'll go ahead and do that. So, Amy, do you want to start taking some questions on this and get into that?
Yeah, so let's do that. I'm going to stop typing over there. So time out. Let me bring this up. And I just wanted to point out one thing. So one sec. Okay, so I'm going to steal back the screen, okay?
Okay, go ahead.
Hold on. See all my crazy windows. Okay, can you see that?
Yep, I can see it.
Great. So I just wanted to point out, thanks, Sean, for that. I'm excited to do that training with you because there's some great opportunity there. And I wanted to point out that we have a 60-day, no questions asked, money-back guarantee. So we want you to love this program, and you have a lot of time to decide. So if you don't love it, you have no risk involved. And then also you do get instant access, meaning everything's available for you right now. We don't drip the campaign over certain weeks or whatnot. You dive in, you can start right away. All the bonuses and all the content is waiting for you now. So what we thought we would do is do some Q&A. And Sean, you know, I can't see the actual questions now. So if you want to, when you get a moment, let me know some of the questions.
Absolutely. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, cool. So I want to answer this real quick. Amy, Alan just asked, is Facebook a good medium to promote apps, even if you're a small publisher, unlike Angry Bird? And I'm actually working on an iPhone app right now. And what I did is I went through and I found 25 competitors, not competitors, but people that I know people that are interested in those particular apps will be interested in the app that I have. And I'll be marketing exactly to those people using Facebook ads and targeting those pages. So it's a great place. Would you agree with that, Amy?
I would, definitely. You know, it's hard for me, and I know I'm biased, but I've done so much research on Facebook. It's hard for me to say Facebook's not a great platform for most things. I mean, your audience is there. It's just finding out how to do it and studying what other competitors are doing. It's such a great way to do so.
Awesome. Shawnita, if you could just expand on this for a minute. She said she's had over 65,000 downloads of one of her books and wants to leverage that for more readers. So if you have any particular questions, congrats on that benchmark of that many downloads. That's huge.
That is huge.
Yeah, so if you want to expand or if you have any particular question, let me know. Mike wants to know, how do you organize your Facebook activities? Is it outsourced? How much of your content is pre-organized compared to being spontaneous?
The content on my Facebook page?
Yeah.
So, you know, there's a lot of great tools that you can use out there to aggregate some great content. There's actually one that literally, Oh gosh, when I remember it, I'll post it on my Facebook page, but someone just told me about it. But what I do is I do a combination of a few things. One, on your Facebook page, you actually have a scheduler, which I suggest using this above any other third-party tool because sometimes I think that Facebook, dings us if we use a third-party tool to post or schedule posts versus doing it right there in real time. But they don't ding us or, set us back if we use their own tools. So with that, there's a scheduler on your Facebook status update. You go to update something, you see a little clock in the lower left corner, click on that and you can schedule the post. I do this a lot as well as I try to jump on 3 times a day for 10 minutes. So earlier in the morning, sometime in the afternoon, and sometime in the evening. I jump on, I find some great content to post, and I use an aggregator, so you can use Google Reader or whatever to find some great third-party posts. I try to post something from my own content a few times a week, a blog post or whatnot, but I definitely mix it up. I do some in real time, and I do some scheduling. That way I know I have a good mix of posts throughout the week.
Awesome. And that's a great answer. A lot of people use, did you mention Hootsuite, Amy? Sorry, I was typing in.
I didn't, but Hootsuite's a great one.
Yeah, it's simple, real simple. That's what I like. Gloria was just asking, how do you access the module? As soon as you purchase, you'll be taken. Actually, I forgot to mention that. And I think we have it. There's a page as soon as you purchase that shows kind of a little letter that I wrote telling a quick story about how we got started. Lewis and I got started using webinars, and it's just an offer for our webinar training. It's a really good offer. You can read all about those details there. So if you've enjoyed this presentation and you bought, you can kind of see how the power of webinars work. And if you think it's a good fit for your business, be sure to check that out. But after you get through that page, what'll happen? Who was that asked the question? I forget. I think it was Gloria. Oh yeah, Gloria. As soon as you get through that page, you'll see a member registration. You just plug in your information, and it'll push you right through. And if you are a current member, it's fbinfluence.com/member to get right to the modules. So Gloria said she just bought, so you should go right there. And if for some reason the page got glitched out or you accidentally closed it out, Gloria, you can send support@fbinfluence.com an email. They're standing by right now, and they will respond right away with access to it. And someone was just asking about getting into the private group, and Randy says, I've already paid. So all you need to do, Randy, is inside the members area, just click the community tab. That'll take you right to the group page, request access, and again, be a little patient because we do verify that everybody who requests has purchased the program. That way we know we get top-notch people in there. And let's see, our servers may be getting a little hammered because we're getting some error pages. So if any of you guys are having issues after purchasing, just be patient, hit reload on the page, see if that works. If not, shoot an email directly to support@fbinfluence.com, and they'll be sure to take care of you. And this is a great question. So Wendy asks, how do I get likes, photos, and posts to go to my business page rather than my personal page? So actually, we talked a lot about that, Wendy, and I'm just curious, are you posting using your business page? If not, that would be how you would post a photo there and get likes to come there. There's just a bunch of great feedback coming in. A lot of people saying they purchased it. Congrats, Yale. Congrats, Neural. Congrats. Let's just see. A lot of other great people coming in. Okay, so is this all via website or is it on hard CD? Judy, it's all online, and we don't do CDs or DVDs. Facebook changes way too fast. Those DVDs would be outdated. Majority of them would be outdated right away, probably. Things change pretty quick. Not right away, but probably 6 months to a year. So we keep everything online in the members area. It gives you the ability to get immediate access as soon as you register, and then also gives us the ability to update things frequently as stuff changes. So, did Richard Branson need permission to use Peter Pan image on his Facebook? Pete asks. That's a good question. I don't know the answer to that. Do you, Amy?
I don't. And if you're curious about images and what you can and cannot use, there's a great article on Social Media Examiner. And if you just Google Social Media Examiner Creative Commons maybe, or creative legal or law issues with images, something like that, I read a really great article, what you can and cannot do, and that will help you.
Awesome. Okay, here is a good question. This one actually came up a lot during the actual presentation. But Pat was asking the number of pixels or probably the size needed for photo clarity on a Facebook post.
401 by 401 pixels. I know that's such a weird number, but that tends to make sure that it looks right on your timeline cover photo or timeline page, and it will look good in the newsfeed as well.
Awesome. Awesome. Okay, Amy, I just want to recognize a couple people. We got Susan Fletcher from Plano, Texas. She purchased FB Influence, so congrats, Susan. You're going to get a ton of value. Larry Prevost, one of my biggest supporters. I always appreciate your support with tweets and Facebook updates. Larry, thank you very much, and welcome to FB Influence. We got Carol Reeve from Knoxville, Tennessee. My parents both went to UT, and I got a bunch of family that lives in Maryville. Carol, so congrats and welcome. We got Patricia Miner from Santa Monica. Aren't you pretty close to Santa Monica, Amy?
Yes, I am. San Diego.
Awesome. I love that area. Norma Maxwell from North Dakota. Hopefully you're staying warm up there, Norma. We got Michelle from Phoenix, Arizona. We got, let's see, Pam Neal from Tucson, Arizona. We got Christian from Sarasota, Florida. We got Sandra Selling. What a great name. I hope you're in real estate or something, Sandra. But from Sunrise, Florida. We got Danny Etheridge from Panama City, Florida. We got Ruth from Glendale, California. We got, let's see, Gaurav from San Jose. We got Nancy from Columbia. We got, let's see, who else? Joan Ridley from Morristown, Tennessee. So huge congrats to you guys. I think you're going to get a ton of value. I know you will. We always get tremendous feedback from this program. So there's a bunch more. I wish I could list off everybody, but I know a lot of people are probably getting tired of hearing that. So, okay. Where was that question? There were some good ones that just come in. So David was asking, and this was asked a couple times, some good resources. I know you cover this a lot in the training, but to get images or pictures, and this is kind of a great question. You want to expand on that, Amy?
How to get great images?
Yeah, what websites would you use or recommend?
Yes. There's two things about that. My friend Melanie Duncan, who I featured in this presentation, she told me about a great site that now I'm obsessed with, and it is called PicMonkey.com. So that's P-I-C, like picture, PICMONKEY.com. And PicMonkey is a great site where you can upload an image and then add some treatments to it, like fonts and colors and other images and shapes and whatnot and corners and really cool stuff to the image. So you can manipulate images and add to it, like making them more promotional, add quotes into images with PicMonkey. And then I actually use iStockPhoto.com. I pay the minimum for each of the photos, but they tend to be less stock photo-ish when I pay a little bit for them versus some of those free sites. So that's where I tend to get a lot of my images. But those are the two I use.
Awesome. All right. And let's see. Get your info. Okay. Hey, Connie, I saw your request on getting the information on the webinar training. Give me just a minute, and I'll post a link in here. Wayne was asking if the webinar is recorded, and yes, Wayne, it will be, and we'll, I think we'll be sending out a replay. Regardless, we'll let you know via email. And the name, Amy, is PicMonkey. Is that correct? Hank was asking?
Yes. PICMONKEY.
Okay. All right. And what was the second one you mentioned, Wendy wanted to know?
iStockPhoto. So the letter iStockPhoto.
Okay. Awesome. That's a great site. Randy was just asking, understand what is included in the $47 add-on. So that is our webinar training, Randy, in 10 seconds or less. Basically, if you enjoyed the webinar today and you purchased and you want to learn how to create great presentations like this that people enjoy and want to purchase your products or services at the end, that training shows you exactly how to do that. So hopefully that makes sense. It's basically our webinar training. It's everything we've learned from doing probably over 1,000 webinars now in the last 3.5 years. So, okay. Let's see. iStockPhoto, great, they were saying, and PicMonkey. And I'm sorry, guys, there's just a bunch of comments that have come in here. If you could just type your question in again. Everything's getting bumped up the page as fast as I can read these off. What is a WordPress website for the Facebook social plugin? Did you mention one, Amy, in the training earlier?
Yeah, the WordPress, it's not a website, but you just want to Google WordPress Facebook Likebox plugin. So WordPress Facebook Likebox plugin, and you'll see a bunch of different ones, and each of the plugins will be starred, and try to find one with 4 or 5 stars, and you're good.
Okay, awesome. And let's see. Thanks for that, Amy.
Sure.
Are you going to do the special, Amy, for the first like 50 buyers of the 30-minute massages?
Yes, I do that each time. Thanks for reminding me, Sean.
I forgot to mention that. So if you guys want a massage from Amy, let's just bump it up to 100.
Yeah, great. Thank you. My heart starts beating every time you say, "Are you going to do the special?" And I just know when it's coming.
Oh, that's too funny. All right, so Elizabeth wants to know, what is an aggregator that you mentioned earlier?
Oh, so an aggregator is basically a tool that you can use to, I'm actually going to find one right now. Hold on. That you can use, I'm going to pause this. Great. To aggregate great content, meaning if you want to make sure every day you have new content that's being searched for you automatically and aggregating into one place, so you can say, okay, I want all the articles today that came out about Facebook and Twitter and da-da-da, and then you can aggregate it in one place and you can have all these fresh articles to choose from. So the latest one that I heard that people are loving, I'm actually going to type it in the group because I don't even know how to say it, so give me a quick second. I'm going to type it and look in your dashboard in 1 minute. So let's see here. www.spundge, so sponged, I guess. But look in the dashboard. I sent it to everybody. And this is a site that will help you aggregate articles, and people are just loving it.
Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay. And let's just see here. Someone was asking earlier, Julie was asking, and it just came up again. I think maybe it's the same Julie, actually. Actually, it looks like we're different. Do you have to pay to upload your email list to Facebook to market? No, you don't. You do have to pay to run ads, but to actually use that functionality, there is no cost to that. And email uploading fit within HIPAA, red flag rules, etc. for medical practice clients with security of email addresses on Facebook servers. That's a great question, and Julie, that may be one for Facebook support, but I can tell you Facebook is a multi-billion-dollar company with probably a billion-dollar lawyer staff, and I'm sure it's been covered somewhere in their terms of service. So uploading a list violate privacy email policy? No, it wouldn't be, Stephanie, because you're not emailing them, as far as I know. So you would be just targeted marketing to people on that. So as far as I know, it would not violate that at all, the way I interpret it. So, and I don't think Facebook would do something that would walk a fine line. So trust me, it's not something to be concerned with. What was the Likebox plugin address again, Amy? Grover asks.
It's not a website address. It's just what you're going to Google, because there's a lot of different options. So for the Likebox, if you have a WordPress site, you're going to Google WordPress Facebook Likebox plugin. And if you do not have a WordPress site, you're going to Google Facebook Social Plugin Likebox. And you'll look for the URL that has developer. It's the Facebook developer site, and it will take you to a site on Facebook where you can get the code for it.
Awesome. Awesome. All right. There's a bunch of questions coming in, not related to Facebook, but more about purchasing or the product. Let me answer a couple more of these, and then I'll just address the purchasing ones, so you guys all make sure we get some good content here. Do you need to post an ad in order to reach the email addresses that we post to Facebook? So yes, Judy, if you upload your email addresses, that actually just becomes a targeting option when you run ads. So you can't like make a post and target just those people. It would be strictly for ads. And yes, Pat asked, can you segment the uploaded email list? Again, for everybody that buys today, we will go into depth. We'll go in depth on the training that Amy and I do, where we discuss all of this. But Pat, you can absolutely segment the list prior to uploading them. So you can upload them, name them whatever you want, and it will be segmented accordingly. So when you go to your advanced targeting options, you'll see those there. So Brad just said I hope I purchased. Your servers must be slammed. I can't get my confirmation. You should get a confirmation soon. Again, we can handle hundreds of hits a minute, so I know we're getting slammed. I haven't looked beyond just a minute ago to see who had purchased. So if for any reason you don't get your confirmation or need any support, support is standing by at support@fbinfluence.com to answer your question. So Pat says, great job, thanks. Okay, so Amy, do you have on your screen, can you access the members area real quick, or do you want to turn it over to me?
Sure. No, I'll do that right now. One sec.
Okay, cool. There was a lot of questions coming in about the content, about PDFs, about notes, slides, and whatnot. So if you could just show kind of a tour real quick of the members area and what all the features are and whatnot, so people have an idea. And then what we'll do as soon as we're done with that, we'll just do 2 or 3 more content questions. And Marissa, I just see your question. If you could just expand upon your question, Marissa, I'll make sure we answer it.
It's pulling it up right now, so give me a second. Of course, it's taking a minute.
Okay. You probably have your screen paused on the FB Influence.
I do.
Special, okay. So Stacy was asking while you're doing that if we have any link to purchase the additional training webinar. We don't, Stacy. It really is just for people who have who purchased today or are current members of FB Influence. What we'll do is we'll post it as a bonus probably in the members area for those that are current members. So if you are a current member or if you purchase today, you'll get access to that. And while you're doing that as well, Andrea just said, congrats on the webinar. I just wanted to say that I already apply 3 things you presented in the bonus of the registration for this webinar, and I'm already seeing fans growing fast on my page. I'm a great fan of you. Thanks a lot. And it actually says Daniela from Romania, currently in Vietnam.
Wow, that's good stuff. I love to hear things like that.
You should about 40 of them in here. So anyway.
Great. Okay, so here we are in the members area. Can you see this, Sean?
I can see it perfect.
Okay, great. Now, I noticed that my web's running a little slow, so hopefully this will work. But once you get into FB Influence, you'll notice if you're a former member or a new member, it will now say 2.0. And this is just a little video I created for you, welcoming you and showing you around. So you definitely want to watch this short video. And then up here it says grid view or list view. So if you go with the grid view, what you'll see, and I really hope every click is not going to take 5 hours. So let's see here. So weird. I never have a slow internet connection. Could it be because I'm on GoToWebinar? Let's try.
Sorry, Amy, I had you muted. It's probably just the site is a little busy right now.
Okay.
People purchasing and logging in.
So what you will see in a second are a bunch of boxes that are going to pop up. And these will be all of the trainings. And each training has 5 videos. So Module 1 has 5 videos, Module 2, 5 videos, and so on. And so in a second here, these will all light up, and it will not be this slow for you. I'm just having some issues, I guess, on any website, not just this one. So as you can see, they'll all light up, and they're the color coordinated with the module. But my favorite way to look at things is the list view. So in list view, if you go into Module 1, of course we have to wait a second here, but this way what you'll see is all the videos in Module 1, and below every video you will have an opportunity to download the transcript, the cliff notes, the slides, and the audio. So you'll have it right there under each of the videos. And each of the videos will tell you, this isn't fully loaded yet, so it looks funny, but give it a second, what's in each of the videos. So here in this video 1, it says, in this video, here's what you'll learn. And then it lists the 4 things that I teach in the video. And then, in addition, let me make this a little bit bigger so you can see it's still loading, but here we go. You'll see you've got your transcript, cliff notes, slides, and audio. So you can click right there to get your download. And so here's all the videos in Module 1. So in addition to that, so then you just go to List View and go to Module 2, 3, and 4. The videos are meant to build on each other, but if you're more advanced and you want to just jump to a certain one, that's fine. But if you're fairly new or you want to start from the beginning, I'd start with video 1. And then you've got resources. And in the resources area, what I've done is added links to some of my favorite blog posts and tools and articles related to different topics I teach in each module. So in a second here, you're going to see under Module 1, I have a bunch of different resources and blog post links and all that. So here you go. 9 Facebook marketing strategies. This is a great resource by John Loomer. It's dimension specific. So you click here and it's got all these different specs that you would use on Facebook for images you put in the timeline, your timeline cover photo, profile photo. It's a really cool tool. So it's got all these great things, and then do-it-yourself resources for custom apps, do-it-for-you resources for custom apps. I put all my good stuff in here. And then go over to bonuses. I'll show you 2 more things. Go over to bonuses, and in bonuses, you'll see all the bonuses I promised you. So you'll find my launch guide, and you'll also get my slides for that. So give it a second. So here's the video, your Facebook launch guide, and you can download the video. We don't have all the videos downloaded, but my bonuses are, and you get the PDF. Same with all these other bonuses. And there's your PDFs you get. And then the cool thing is you can click here to join the group, but I want to show you another way to do that. If you want to get into the private Facebook group and you're logged into Facebook, all you need to do is click community. Now, if you're not already in, it's going to ask you to request to join. So give us 24 hours to do so. But once you're in the group, then you can at any time click community, and now you're in our private Facebook group. And so here, this is where people are posting regularly. It's a very, very active group. So you want to be careful of your notifications. If you don't want an email every time someone posts in the group, just right over here on the right, you can fix your notifications. But it's a very active group and one of the most useful resources I've ever seen. So there you go. Let's go back here. And then you've got a support tab for any FAQ. So that's what the group looks like.
Awesome. And can you show real quick just the grid view, Amy? We spent a lot of time on redesigning this membership website to make it, I think when you zoomed in, there we go, screwed up the formatting a little bit, but just to make it as simple and as easy as possible for people to get started right away. And we tried to make the user interface very intuitive, and I think we achieved that result because we've gotten some really great feedback. I read the book, The Steve Jobs Bio by Walter Isaacson, and another book called Rework that had a lot heavy influence on this design. But basically, I don't know if you guys know this or not, those are great books if you haven't read them and you're interested in business and in marketing. The iPad does not ship with a manual, and that fascinated me when I learned that. But if you think about it, the iPad is so intuitive that it doesn't need a manual, and that was kind of the inspiration for this members area. We tried to make it so that we didn't even have to think about it. And people didn't have to think about it. They logged in, they knew exactly what to do, and they got started. And I think we achieved that. You want to click on one of the modules and just kind of show how that looks from this view, Amy?
Sure. So if I chose module 2, like right here, you mean?
Yeah. You showed a picture of Tom Selleck earlier, right?
Yeah.
Don Selleck just replied, and I wonder if there's any relation. First impression, you guys have way over-delivered, so I really appreciate that, Don. And tell Tom we said hi if you're related at all.
Yes, I'm sure they're related. They're probably brothers, Sean.
He said he's actually a 4th cousin. So if you're
what? Liar. Is he lying?
Oh, I think he's being serious. But if not, that's rather humorous.
This is cool, though. So let me just click play because to let people know that the video actually looks bigger once it gets going because it looks funny there.
It looks like an iPhone video that somebody recorded. Rad D. If that's your real name. That's a great name.
Loud.
What WordPress theme did you have for the Influence website? It's nice. Rad says we custom designed this from the ground up, Rad, because we couldn't find anything that really worked just like this and did this. So we actually took a WordPress theme, purchased the rights to it, deconstructed it, and then rebuilt it from the ground up to get this look. So it's not available out there. And Don says, I used to tell lie telling Gal if he was my cousin. Turns out he is actually my 4th. So that's funny.
Oh, I love it. That's great.
Yeah. And, okay. So, Walter Isaacson, someone just said you mentioned Walter Isaacson. That's the guy who wrote the Steve Jobs bio. And please restate the second resource. That book was called Rework, Patricia. So that was another great one. And then somebody else two other books were just mentioned there relative. Don't Make Me Think is a great book for website, and I love that title because uh, due to web behavior, it's the best thing you can do is just make it so simple that people don't have to think. So that's probably going to be a great book. I'm going to get that one. Thanks for the recommendation, Laura. And The Elements of User Experience, Laura also said is a great one. So, Laura, I think we have a lot in common when it comes to books. Okay, cool. Several people just asked about the $47 webinar training. Let me see if I can get a link for that really quick, and I will get it to you. Bear with me just a second. I'm going to ask one of our support members if they can get me that. And I've done that. Amy, did you see any more questions? Are you looking?
Yeah, I'm looking. I was just answering a few people privately of random ones, but let's see here. Hold on.
Okay. All right. I got a good one here, Amy. I'm just trying to read through this. Do you want to talk about this real quick? Marissa was asking. You all right?
Yeah, sorry. Okay. Janice said, is the FB Influence membership an add-on? Sorry, did you already answer this one? Is the FB Influence membership an add-on, or is it included in the purchase? And it is included in the purchase.
Okay. And Marissa has a great question here about insights. She says, Facebook Insights shows viral, talking about, etc. Don't know which one is better or how to use to adjust my post. Do you want to talk about that? I know you cover this a lot in the training, but do you want to talk about that for just a second, Amy, and kind of expand on that, if you will?
Yeah, what was the question again?
Facebook Insights shows viral, talking
yes.
about, etc. Which one is better and how to use it to adjust my posts?
Yes. So I talk about this in the Insights training, Inside FB Influence, but there's a number that's public to everybody. If you went to your Facebook page right now, you'd see your number of likes right underneath your timeline cover photo, and then it will have a number that says people talking about this. And that is the number of people in the last 28 days who have clicked on a link, clicked like, posted on your page, commented, shared on your post, anything, clicked on one of your ads, anything they've done to your site. And the word on the street now, most social media strategists will say it's a really silly number. It just doesn't really truly reflect what's going on. Whereas what I really encourage you to look at is engagement. And you'll see this if you go inside your Facebook ads insights. You will actually see on that very first page of insights, you scroll down past the graphs, and you'll see in the last 28 days all of your posts. And you'll see a column that says engagement. That's where I want you to look. How many people are engaging with your posts, which is really what I talked about in the training. That's what's so important. And so it's different than people talking about this, because people talking about this throws in everything in the kitchen sink. I just want to know on one of my posts how many people liked it, shared it, commented, all that good stuff. And then I want you to do more of what's working. And I talk about this in the training, but really find out which posts are getting the most engagement for you and keep posting posts that are similar or model that content or how you put together that post. So engagement's where you want to look inside of Insights.
Awesome. And okay, for those of you guys that already have FB Influence and we're asking for the webinar access, do you want to, if you would, just post that now and I'll share that link with you. And Zoe again was asking what was the book about Steve Jobs that influenced the design of the membership area. That was called the Steve Jobs Bio, which is written by Walter Isaacson. And again, if you want that link, go ahead and post it for the webinars if you're a current member, and I'll be glad to send that to you. It's a special offer that we have, but I'll extend it to current members. And I'm posting that in now. Okay, so the last question I want to get, Amy, lots of great comments. Let me just answer a couple real quick ones that are just product related. It is a lifetime membership for the last time. So if you bought it once, bought it a while ago, buy it today, buy it tomorrow, you will have access forever. And Amy updates this regularly, so when changes occur, she updates it, and you'll know about it. And there's also one of the best benefits is the Facebook group. I don't know if you showed that, Amy.
I
but
did.
The Facebook group gives you a great place. When a change happens immediately in that group, you'll see people talking about it. You'll see some people saying, "Oh, I got access to that," or some people saying, "No, I didn't. It must be in beta," et cetera, et cetera. So that is an amazing resource to have, and all kinds of feedback. So let's see. There is a money back warranty, 60 days. If you aren't happy for any reason, just send us an email, and we'll be glad to issue your money back. If you didn't get value out of it, we don't want your money. And let's see. So again, okay. Amy, I don't know if you can see the last question. I'm trying to find one or two more great ones, and there's just a lot of people that were asking for the link for the webinar thing. I'm trying to find a really good one to end this on. Yeah, I don't know if you can find one, Amy.
Let's see here.
And if you guys have asked about the webinar training, you can check your the control panel for the webinar. I just replied to almost everybody. There's still a few more, so pay attention to there. And
there's just so many questions in this thing that I just want to make sure.
Yeah, right.
I am trying. Let's see here.
Do you have to be under 25 to be successful on Facebook? Oh, I hope that's a joke, but the answer absolutely is absolutely no.
Okay, here's a great question we can end on. Sam is saying, what is, when you're trying, let me see if I can, this question's a little confusing. Okay, what I think he's saying is when you're first starting out on Facebook or when you're trying to take your Facebook marketing to the next level, I think that his question applies to both. Where should your focus be? And, you know, I think because I go through so much in the training, this is such a great question. Let me put some thought here. So where should you be focusing when you want to get the most out of Facebook, whether you've been on Facebook for a while or you're just starting out? And the answer to that is you want to focus first on quality fans. I mean, of course you want to do the foundation part and all that, but really like every single day when you jump on Facebook, where your focus should be is quality fans, because your next very focus, once you have 1,000 or more fans, should be how am I moving those fans to become leads or instant customers. Now, I talk about this in the training, but I'll give you a little hint as to how the journey should look on Facebook when you market. You want to attract your first 1,000 fans, but then you want to start leading your fans to action and constantly giving calls to action in your posts so they get into a behavior of interacting with you. Then you lead those fans to become leads actually through a webinar, a teleconference, or a free video series, or a giveaway of an ebook or whatever. And then you want to then lead them to become customers. But if you want to sell directly on Facebook, you want to start at the beginning of your sales funnel, meaning maybe you want to promote something that's $97 like we do here, or something that's $47. You don't want to go out with the big guns right away if you're just warming up your audience. So I want you to focus on collecting those first 1,000 fans or attracting them, moving those fans to action through a lead, and then introducing them to your products and services starting at the beginning of your sales funnel. Those tend to be the best ways in order to grow a lucrative Facebook community that really makes a difference to your bottom line. So hopefully those quick little tips help there.
Amy, that's a great response. And I mean, just this whole webinar, I think, would you guys agree this has been, on a scale of 1 to 10, if we could just get some feedback, how would you rate this webinar? 12 plus.
I love Laura. Laura,
you know the 20s. That's too funny.
You guys are so great.
They're all over 10. How funny.
It's always great to ask that question at the very end when these are the diehards that have stayed till the very end with us. I love this. This is great. You guys have been fantastic, and I know this has been an extra long webinar. We weren't planning on going this long, but we also wanted to make sure everyone got their questions answered. So, and definitely once you join the program, if you do join, first welcome and thank you. It just means the world to us that you've trusted us and become a part of our program. Go into the Facebook group, say hello to everybody, introduce yourself, and start interacting there, because that's where you'll get the most out of the program, when you become interactive with other people that are going through it. So, and if you haven't purchased the program but you stayed with us to the end, thank you so much. We wish you nothing but great luck in all your Facebook endeavors. And I know I speak on behalf of Sean as well, but thank you so much for being here with us.
For sure. With that, Amy, I think I'm going to just not say much and close it down. So again, appreciate all you guys. If any of you are still on the fence, it's $100. If that's a big price, investment for you, probably not a good thing to do it. But it's not that big of a deal for you. $100 isn't. Even if it is, I can guarantee if this is a topic that's of interest to you, you're going to get tremendous value out of it, and it really is a lifetime resource. So you really won't need another Facebook training ever. So for me, it's kind of a ridiculous price. But our goal was to basically deliver $1,000 product for $100, and I know we've achieved that. So. Again, the link one last time, Amy. I don't know if you're not showing on your screen. It's FBM.
Oh, what are you seeing?
I was seeing your email. Look at that.
You're a liar.
Seeing your an access to the module. So it's fbinfluence.com/special. And when you guys purchase, for those of you guys that have today, be sure to click the community tab inside the group and join the Facebook group. And Amy and I will both be in there and interacting with you. So I just want to say thanks again, Amy. Tremendous webinar. We've now gone over 2 hours, and we appreciate all of you. You guys have stuck on to the end with us. With that, I'm going to shut up and go on about my day. So I hope you guys have a great day. Thanks, Amy.
Take care, everyone. Thanks, Sean.